Hello everyone, welcome to White Lives Matter, a show hosted by to tell you why white lives matter way too much. And today we do have something that's a little bit more on the controversial side because it involves a black police officer and a white woman. And no, this story does not take place in Minneapolis. It actually takes place in my hometown of Shreveport, Bossier City. Now, this situation doesn't have me as divided as some of y'all would like to think, because I'm still very much ACAB and still very much anti-racist. The gist of the story is that a black police officer is not being charged for killing a woman who called him the N-word and charged him with scissors. First of all, I'm glad he's being cleared with charges because this happened in Louisiana. Second of all, well, there's a whole lot to that second of all. First of all, let's talk about the perspective of the alleged victim. She is a 45-year-old white woman who is only armed with scissors, charging at a whole entire police officer who is armed with a gun, handcuffs, probably a nightstick, a taser, and a whole bunch of hand-to-hand combat training to back him up, and a bulletproof vest. In reading the story, I'm going to have to say that this situation was warranted because she was being, according to the story, she was holding people hostage with scissors. I read this very quickly, so I definitely encourage you to read this yourself, but there is nothing on her side that says this was not warranted action. And he was on duty. He was responding to a 911 call. She was threatening him and or others with scissors. She got shot. Now, do I think that there could have been other ways to go about this with all the things that I have listed with what's going on his side of the story? Yes, maybe he didn't have to shoot her, maybe he didn't have to use lethal force, so on and so forth. But I feel like this is a situation where if it had been anyone else, like a civilian, defending themselves against someone calling them slurs and being threatened with intent to harm, they probably would have been charged with murder. So what I am going to say is that he got what everyone else should get. When being threatened, you should be able to apply any force of means to protect your livelihood. He had a gun at his disposal. She was threatening people with the scissors. She got fucking shot. The reason why I say that he got what everyone else should get is because, one, we've seen plenty of occasions where black people with guns who have not shot people fatally have been given long-term sentences, such as the woman in Texas who fired a warning shot after her abusive ex had broken into her house. And she fired a warning shot and got sent to prison for it when no one died in that situation. So she gets sent to prison along with a lot of other people who have used this in a similar way. And Philando Castile, we all know what happened to him. He got shot just for having a gun. And he shoots someone and people want to be outraged because his charges were dropped when she was actually being a threat. That's not how this works. If you want to say that I'm siding with him because he's black and because he's a police officer and because she's white and so I lose my ACAB card, what the fuck ever, because you're probably a racist too. But I am going to side with him the same way I would side with any other person, be they police officer, be they civilian, be they whomever, in shooting her or anyone else in this specific type of situation where intent to harm is clear and he is being threatened, or he, she, they, whomever is being threatened. Y'all take care of yourselves and each other out there, because we got crazy old white women charging at a whole entire police officers with scissors thinking they got some shit to back them up. So if they're willing to charge at police officers who have all of those things going on, there's no telling what they're willing to do to you. You should probably get a gun too. This has been Yo Ujo with White Lives Matter Too Much, and I'll see y'all next time. Take care.